Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Lauren, it's me and Lemon, and I'm sitting down to do an updated girl talk advice video, just chit chat with me. I hope that you have on a cozy pair of pajamas, maybe loungewear. I just hope you're like overall comfy. Also, I hope you're making yourself a silly little drink for this video too. My drink of choice tonight is a vanilla almond milk matcha. I asked you guys on my Instagram what questions you had for me. I feel like I haven't done a sit down video in a while, so let me know if you like sit down type of videos. I really want to sit down and do like another story time soon, and I also don't know where I like filming them. I feel like this is really cozy. I filmed my 2025 vision board video here, so I thought why not bring it back, especially since I'm cozy. The sun is now setting, so the lighting in here is probably going to get darker as the video goes on, but let's get going to answering your questions. My foot is falling asleep, but I feel like I can't move because Lemon is just so peaceful. I told you guys on Instagram that anything was fair game, so this is going to be a pretty good mix of a lot of different things. All right, first question. How to find friends when you move to a new city? I am still struggling with this, but it's partially because I am a really big introvert. It may not seem like it because I do YouTube videos, but keep in mind, I am just in my apartment with my cats and a camera. Like, I don't have to see you guys who watch my videos. I have a very hard time going up to people, introducing myself. I've never been very outgoing like that. One way that I've been able to find friends in New York, though, is getting into different hobbies. You guys know that I started ice skating last year, and I met so many friends doing my group classes. I also have met friends through social media. You just like the water at the bottom, the condensation. Whether that be like YouTubers, other influencers, things like that. To be honest, I feel like I can be real with you guys. A lot of people that I meet, now don't take this and like try and speculate things, okay? But I feel as if I have made closer friendships with people who aren't in the same kind of influencer content YouTube world. That's just me personally. I still have some of my best friends who do YouTube. I'm not talking about them. I'm just saying, like, meeting new people, it can be really hard. People can be really cliquey. There are still mean girls even when you grow up, which I feel like I was told for the longest, like, oh, you're gonna grow out of it, like, girls won't be mean forever, and that was like the biggest lie I think I've ever been told in my life. I saw this quote. Hold on. You guys know I love pulling up quotes. Okay, here's my quotes. There are people that will never support you because it's you. Then there are people that will always support you because it's you. You just have to find your people. And I think that that is the hardest part, especially the older you get when you move to a new city, is finding your people. Number one, I would say get involved in the community, maybe do some community service, get into new hobbies, start a new sport, find a new church or organization you can be a part of. That way you have an option to meet more people in the church, maybe more people that do the hobby. Maybe the hobby is like a few weeks long and then it renews, so new faces, new people. And also meet outside of that as well. Go and get coffee outside of that. Maybe just have like a night in, like watch The Bachelor together, check in on each other, and try and form some sort of friendship. How to handle losing a friendship. I fully believe that a friendship can hurt the same, if not more, than a relationship. You don't have to be like romantically in love with your friend to have a heartbreak when you guys lose a friendship. I have been in so many friendship breakups, is what I'm going to call it, and it's just so sad. It doesn't matter if it's because you've grown apart. It doesn't matter if there was a fight. It doesn't matter who is right or wrong. It still hurts. No matter what happened, it still hurts. I wish I could just write a letter to all of my friends who I have lost along the way in the path. And I think the biggest piece of advice that I can give you is, with my friendships that did fall apart because of like an argument, let's say, or a misunderstanding, miscommunication, looking back at it now, I don't know who was right and who was wrong. I just know that I don't have that friend anymore. Obviously, there's going to be situations that you need to get out of an environment, you need to get out of a friendship because it's no longer for you. Maybe it is a really toxic friendship, but a lot of the times these things can just be talked over and forgiven, which is so much easier said than done. To me though, handling losing a friendship, I kind of hermit myself no matter what happens. Like if it's something sad, I typically hermit by myself. So that means to me, I'm in bed with my cats, I make myself a matcha, a tea, I watch my favorite comfort movies, maybe I order in my favorite comfort food. I kind of like recluse when things like that happen, which has its benefits, but it also has its cons for sure. What is the best makeup hack you've learned from competing in pageants? Makeup hack? Probably when I'm doing like on stage makeup, I do my eyes and brows first and like I clean up the eyeshadow and then I start doing my base. I think that is the biggest hack that I learned. I can always tell when I do that extra step. It does take a little bit longer. Advice for living on your own. In what ways did you make your routine cozy? I loved living on my own. I low-key sometimes kind of miss it. I love living with Will. It is amazing. It is so great to have someone here at night with me and to have dinner with me. But living on your own, it can be scary. I personally invested in a security system because you just never know who is around, what could happen. So that kind of gave me a peace of mind for safety. Also, making sure you make effort to get out of your own apartment and make plans with friends or family. When I was living by myself, it was my last 2 years of college, and I really had to push myself to get up, get out, go out with my friends, go to dinner with my friends, because the 2 years prior I was living in a dorm and then I was living in my sorority house, so I was always around people. I was always like kind of influenced to go out or invited to go get coffee or walk to and from class together. But that completely stopped when I started living by myself. I kind of had to put myself in those situations to leave my apartment. One thing I did to make my place and my routine really cozy was lighting. I loved neon lights. I still love neon lights, like the neon signs. I know I've been kind of debating putting it back up here. Let me know your thoughts. I love the way that they look, especially when you're just like sitting down watching a movie. I had some like a lit, I think, neon lights in my kitchen. Oh, I miss that kitchen so much. If you guys have watched my past couple videos where I'm in the kitchen, I have a love-hate relationship with the kitchens that I've been in since moving to New York because they just don't compare to my college kitchen. But definitely having like candles lit, having different lighting around, and I also love having music on in the background. I love like a Bridgerton inspired playlist, jazz music. It always just makes the place feel so cozy. How to look put together. I will say this over and over. Putting earrings on. I don't know if you have your ears pierced, but I always feel so much more put together when I have earrings on. You look, if you see me without earrings, something's wrong. Like, something is wrong. I always have on a pair of earrings. I think it's the Southern girl in me. I also have loved putting on rings and finding new rings. I think jewelry just in general, like putting it on, even if you're just wearing like a sweatsuit or me literally in pajamas right now, I feel like that helps me look put together. I do not wear makeup every single day, but during the winter, something that I do is put like little bronzing drops in my moisturizer just because the winter scaries, they are here. And even if I'm just working at the house, I still like to mix that bronzer in just a little bit to put some color on my face. I don't know if you guys have seen this sandwich method. Basically, you pick two colors and you like sandwich them. So maybe like your top is pink and then you're wearing blue jeans, but then you wear pink shoes, or maybe it's a white top, white shoes, and like a black skirt. The sandwich method will help your outfits. Try it next time. I'm feeling so insecure about my C-section body. Did you feel insecure after having your endometriosis surgery? Yes, I felt so insecure. I feel like that's just something that sucks about being a woman is, at least in my experience, I was shown so much as a child and a teenager that your beauty was only on the outside. Your beauty was what your body looked like. It was never about like how you are on the inside, and I think the older that I've gotten, the more I have realized that. I went through a moment with my surgery because they did go in, which my surgery was nothing like having a C-section, but it was hard for me to see my body in that state because I had never seen it like that before. I'm not sure if this is your first C-section and it's just different seeing your body like that, but I had to think of it in a way that my body was so strong and I was just so powerful. I just had to keep telling myself I am strong, I am resilient, I am powerful. Like, my body is a powerhouse. My body is able to do this. My body was able to go through that surgery. And same for you with your C-section. You literally brought a life into this world. You carried the baby. You grew bones and organs. Like, round of applause for you. The biggest thing for me when I was feeling insecure was digging down deeper on why I was feeling insecure. Was it because I didn't like the way that my stomach looked, or was I worried about what other people thought? Was I worried about what it looked like in pictures? Was I worried about what people were going to say? I really had to sit down and think of the root of it, and it just went back to, are we having a cleaning session right now? No one should be commenting on anyone's body, especially a woman's body. It definitely helped me to take some of the pressure off of myself when I was going through recovery, to know that we're under a wind advisory. I don't know if you just heard that. I am not perfect. I never will be perfect. And it didn't matter what other people said because they aren't living in my body. They aren't living my life. They aren't me. Period tips in pain. I just wrote a blog about my period essentials, so I will link that down below for you. I've also recently just filmed a period day in my life. For me, my periods have been a lot better since I had my endometriosis surgery. I have been able to control my pain with just Tylenol, but I live with my heating pad. Definitely taking it slow during your period. I also like doing yoga when I'm feeling feeling up to it on my period, just kind of like stretching out my body, taking warm baths, going to bed early, and also cutting out caffeine or chocolate, which is not easy. That is actually something that my doctor told me. I thought that was a myth, okay? I always got told that, oh, like caffeine makes your cramps worse, chocolate makes your cramps worse, and I was like, there's no way, right? Like the two things, of course, I crave on my period. Mr. Doctor said, yeah, no. Like it's fine to have it in moderation, but you do not need to be having it like all day, every day on your period. How to force yourself to relax as a workaholic. I have talked about this with you guys that I have a very hard time relaxing at times because I feel like I'm being lazy. I'm still trying to work through that mindset. Something that I've really been trying to prioritize in this new year is finding new hobbies to do by myself at home. One of which is reading, and that might not seem like a hobby to you guys, but look, I am not a reader. So for me, I put a goal for myself that I was going to read 12 books this year. Now look, it's the end of January. I still haven't read a book, but I did just get home from the bookstore and I got a new book. So I will keep you guys updated. I was influenced by one of my friends to try this series, but one way that I have forced myself to relax is setting times to stop working. So this week I'm actually filming a work week in my life, and I have been trying my hardest to get done at like 5 p.m. and not go on my computer to work afterwards. Again, if there's deadlines and things, there are obviously situations where you do need to work past that time. I've also set timers on my phone, like app timers, where I am not allowed to go on TikTok, Instagram, Safari, like my work app that I communicate to like with my talent manager. There's like several apps that I am not allowed to go on past a certain time of the night, because this is like I feel like I'm chained to this. And that truly helped me. The timer has just started. I do not need to go back on my phone. My phone is worthless because I'm not going on any other app. But it's really been able to help me live in the moment, relax, spend time with Will, make myself some nightly teas. I've been doing that lately. You guys would be so proud. I'm really getting some use out of my tea kettle. When is the next merch launch? I'll tell you guys watching this video. It's coming on Valentine's Day. That's all I'm saying. Have you ever been dumped by a friend group? How did you move on? So yes. So I have two stories. The first one, I was in high school, and it was like my first ever time I actually had like a big-ish friend group. I actually got like a really, I don't even know what it was. I got super duper sick where I was out of school for several days. Like I want to say I was out of school for like 7 to 10 days. I was so unwell, and throughout those 7 to 10 days, that friend group literally just turned their back on me and started spreading rumors about me in school, and I still don't know why that happened or why they did that. But basically I went back to school to like 2 friends, and at the time, I don't even remember how many girls, I mean, but it was like 5, 6 girls I think in this friend group, and they all just decided they didn't like me anymore, and hasta la vista, like not even a get well card. So that has happened. How I moved on from it, thankfully I did have those 2 closer friends at that time that did side with me, because I seriously I can't tell you what it was about, what they even said. Actually, some of the things they said hurt, and I do still remember those to this day, and I don't think I ever will forget it. But having those 2 friends to confide in and talk to really helped me. That was actually a really low point in my life. That was probably like the No, I really don't even remember how I moved on. I was literally sitting in the hallways just bawling my eyes out. I remember talking to my mom a lot about it and like trying to keep myself busy. The other story I have was I wasn't ever a part of this friend group. This recently happened. I went to an event and there was like a group of friends there that I was trying to, I've met them before, talked to them. I go up to them at the event like to say hi, to hang out with them, and they just completely are like, and turn their back and just start walking the other way. And I'm like, okay, got it. And ever since then, that group just completely ignores me. That was more recent, so I can tell you a little bit more of how I moved on. Even though I never was really just in the friend group, it was just kind of like mean girl behavior kind of. I talked to Will about it, which Will is my boyfriend, and just being able to vent helped me a lot. A lot of the time, I just need to get things off of my chest, and once I say them out loud and I just have someone hear me, I typically feel just a little bit better. I also got in the shower and just listened to like some sad music. I know that not everyone wants to listen to sad music when they're sad. I personally think it helps. Like, I feel like I just need to get my sadness out in the shower, and then tomorrow I'll listen to my happy tunes. But where do you love to shop to get girly clothes? I love Avon Live Boutique. I love Coco Lily's, Red Dress, Lulu's, Revolve, but it's expensive. Blush Shack Fancy is also expensive, but they have like some of the cutest girly things. Low-key, TJ Maxx has been popping off with their women's clothing section. Those are definitely my top hot ones. Advice for girls in their 20s who feel like they are behind. Have you ever listened to Quarter Life Crisis? It's a song. I don't know who sings it. It's so good. Actually, I have 2 songs for you to listen to. Doesn't have to be like that from Adeline Hill, and then Quarter Life Crisis from Taylor Bickett. Add those to like your queue right now. I constantly feel like I'm behind, and I have to remind myself with what timeline, like my own timeline for my own life that I am building. I'm not sure what aspect you're talking about. Maybe it's a career, maybe it's relationship, maybe it's education. I'm not too sure. For me, when I feel like I am behind and I am not where I thought I was going to be by now, I like to remind myself that my life is on the path that it is supposed to be on. And the reason why I haven't hit these milestones and haven't hit these moments that I thought I would by now is because that is my story. That's what makes my story different than everyone else and everyone else's life path that I am comparing mine to. Actually, I have another quote. You know me, I love my quotes. I have my vision board over here. Here's your second quote for the day. You're not a failure just because you're not where you thought you'd be by now. Remember that. Okay, I think I'm going to do like 2 more questions. Best advice you could give to stay motivated during college. Does caffeine count? No, I'm just kidding. But having a study buddy helped me a lot, specifically a study buddy in your class. I was in a history class. I'm not a history buff, history guru, okay? I did not like history whatsoever, but I found a friend in the class, and it was so nice being able to text her when I was struggling with something. If I wanted to study, we would go to the library together and study. It's nice to have someone in your classes to help motivate you and be there with you like when you are studying. It's also nice to have familiar faces in the class so you're more motivated to go to the class. All right, last question. It's gonna be loaded. It's like a loaded baked potato, ain't that right, Limon? Self-confidence tips. Dealing with social media hate in pageant commentary. Let's touch on the pageant commentary first. Not sure if you're talking about other pageant contestants or the judges. If it's pageant contestants, they're just doing that because that is the only way that they can beat you in the pageant, is by telling you that you're not good enough, that you're not smart enough, and fill you with these lies where you are so down on yourself and they have this fake confidence on stage. I've dealt with pageant mean girls. I've dealt with mean girls. I see it. I spot it. I smell it. Don't listen to them. Just don't listen to them. Unless they are being kind and uplifting to you, just steer the other way. With pageant judging, I have been in pageants. I have judged pageants before, and pageants are so subjective. You know, someone commented on one of my pageant videos and they said that during a pageant, it is a room of winners that they are picking like a leader in, instead of being like, oh, this is just a room full of girls that we're picking like a winner in. Go ahead and enter in the room because you already are a winner. You're already beautiful. You're already smart. You already are that girl. When it comes to social media hate, I feel like cyberbullying has gone to a whole other extreme within the past couple of years. Whether it be nasty threats, nasty comments, nasty videos made or commented about you, it is not easy. For me, I just don't look at it. I have filtered a lot of words and phrases from my videos. I wish you could see her face. She's just like rolled over. To help my mental state. There are some people who can deal with looking at it and they want to like kind of fight back and comment back to these people. I would just rather ignore it. Like it's not even there, because I know for me, their opinion of what they think about me and the nasty things that they're saying, first off, their opinions don't pay my bills. Second off, you have to be very miserable and sad with your life to go and comment something so negative about someone else on the internet behind a fake username. Look, I said what I said, and I stand by that. You know, I have a third quote. We're ending on the third quote. Always remember who you are and let them think whatever they want. No matter who it is in your life, if it's pageant judges, if it's someone hating on you on social media, friends at school, mean girls at your workplace, let them think what they want. I'm in my let them era. Like, go ahead, let them. Yeah, girl. Yeah, so you putting up your fist, boom, boom, pow. Let them speak poorly about you. Let them be sad and negative and mean. That is not a reflection of you. It is more of a reflection of them. But also, if it is bothering you, definitely talking to someone, whether that be maybe a therapist, your best friend, your mom, your boyfriend, someone you trust to talk to about it, because no matter how old you are, no matter what is said, words can hurt. They can hurt. They can damage people. And I think that's a good reminder to always be kind to others, always be kind to yourself, and be the kindness in the world that you want to see. Well, guys, I'm reaching the end of my matcha, and I feel like I've answered a bajillion questions by now. If you've made it to this part of the video, go ahead and flood the comments with all of the girly and pink emojis that you can find, as well as maybe if you have advice, maybe you want to answer one of these questions too. Help some girls out and leave your suggestions in your comments down below. I know Lemon is about to have a great nap. I'm so glad that Lemon has stayed right here this whole time, just napping with us. I hope that this video helped you feel seen maybe in some way. Maybe it just gave you someone to listen to. Maybe you're having a bad day, maybe you're having a great day, but I hope you really enjoyed this video and it just helped you in some sort of way. I love all of you so much. You are all beautiful, you are all worthy, and I am just so grateful and thankful that you are here, you clicked on this video, and you waited and lasted this whole entire thing. You deserve yourself a little sweet treat, if I do say so myself. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to join the family, you can click that subscribe button also. I love you guys so much, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye. Night night. 'Cause you know that